Carlos Sainz claimed, "No one's happy at Ferrari," amid Charles Leclerc's post-race tirade at the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. Leclerc was left raging post-race over team radio after Sainz went against team orders and passed him amid the second round of pit stops. "I did my job, but being nice fucks me over all the fucking time. All the fucking time," Leclerc fumed. Sainz, however, felt aggrieved having had to let Leclerc by ahead of the stops, with the Spaniards delayed when the Ferrari pit crew wasn't ready to receive him. "Yeah, I think he grained the medium tires and I managed to get ahead before the pit stop on mediums," Sainz explained post-race. "Then I did grain my hards, and he was coming quick behind me, and me anticipating what was going to be a situation, because Lewis Hamilton was straight behind Charles at the time, and I was pretty sure the team was going to ask me to let Charles by because he was quicker at the time. As I was on grain tires, I asked the team 2 or 3 times to box me, to get me out of the way, and get me a new set of hards to make sure that I wasn't losing a lot of race time by having to let Charles by and then having to fight Lewis at the same time. For some reason we didn't box, and I ended up having to let Charles by a lap later than was planned and losing a lot of race time. And by the time I was going to box, then we didn't even box. So I guess he's not happy, but I'm also not happy with the way things were handled at the time. And yeah, I think no one's happy today in the team, because we all expected a bit more. I'm on the podium, so at least I got that for the team. But at the same time, I don't think we could have finished much better than P3 and P4 today." Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur said the Italian squad would need a debrief to appease its quarreling drivers. "We have to avoid fights, but at this stage, one thing that opening the stint you have to be really on the management side," Vasseur said. "Carlos, he was already lap 3 or 4 of the stint, but I think it's more the fact that the situation was really difficult for everybody. We will discuss tonight, it won't be an issue." Leclerc caught the eye when the lights went out by jumping both Alpine's Pierre Gasly and Ferrari teammate Carlos Sainz into turn 1, before he launched an attack on leader George Russell. Following a failed pass on the Mercedes, Leclerc dropped back and was soon overtaken by the cars he had passed. Struggles with his medium tires, which he had pushed too hard, forcing him into the pits by lap 10 of 50. Leclerc fared better over the next 2 stints on hard tires, but could ultimately achieve no more than P4, crossing the line between Sainz and 2024 world champion Max Verstappen, whom he passed with a few laps to spare. "I mean, I was very excited at the start, P2, then unfortunately everything started to go very quickly wrong, because I pushed too much on the tires," Leclerc said afterwards. "On the 2 other sets of hard, we were very strong, but we lost too much on the first set." In an interview with Sky Sports F1, Leclerc was asked to expand on the frustrated radio messages he sent to the Ferrari pit wall after the race, having emerged from his later second stop ahead of Sainz before being repassed almost immediately. "I mean, every time there's these kind of frustrations, obviously there's not the background for everybody," he commented. "There's just no need for me to go into details of everything that's discussed. I won't go further into that discussion. Frustrating, yes, however it doesn't change anything for the team. It's okay. I think I did my part on the first stint, obviously. When I had the tires that were completely gone, I didn't want to fight at that point, I let Carlos by. The rest we will discuss within the team." Pressed on whether he felt Sainz had been favored by the team, he added,
No. It's not about favoring one or the other. It's about things that we have been told and that were introspective. But that's all good. Again, I don't think I've already said too much, so I don't want to go into the details and whatsoever.
Ferrari's P3 and P4 finishes mean they are now just 24 points behind championship leaders McLaren, who wound up 6th and 7th with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri respectively. "It's good," he said of the situation. "However, we maybe expected a bit more coming into the weekend. We knew that it was going to be a good race for us. We had the worry of tyre warm-up, which has been confirmed. Mercedes was just very, very strong, and too strong for us today." As the fireworks exploded over the Las Vegas skyline in honor of Max Verstappen's coronation as a 4-time Formula One world champion, the Dutchman, visibly moved by securing what was his toughest title yet, allowed himself a long breath and a smile to take in what is a remarkable achievement. He had done it beneath the lights and the excess of the strip, but with nary a gamble or a risk. Instead, the same clinical execution that he has displayed all season was crucial in securing the championship at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Verstappen took only 5th place for Red Bull in a race that was won with consummate skill by Mercedes' George Russell, but the world champion did exactly what he needed. It was a nerveless display of control that would make the casino owners wince, as he played precisely the hand he had to then cashed out, while his title rival, McLaren's Lando Norris, could manage only 6th. And congrats, Max Verstappen hits jackpot by winning 4th F1 world title in Las Vegas, and Carlos Sainz clarifies Charles Leclerc's spat at Ferrari after F1 Las Vegas GP. Like and comment below.